Last year, we saw the return of one of the best Jordan 9 colorways ever. It's not an OG colorway. It was a colorway that first released in 2002. And in 2026, Jordan Brand is bringing back another non-OG colorway that also dropped in 2002. Air Jordan 9 Flint Grey and French Blue. And the shoe is dropping on January 24th for $210, aka too much money. But of course, this colorway originally dropped back in 2002. It's actually the first time it has ever returned. So it took nearly 25 years for this to come back. And fun fact, the Jordan 9 came out when Michael Jordan was actually retired. And another fun fact, it's actually the shoe the statue of Michael Jordan is wearing outside the Chicago Bulls arena. I actually don't know if this colorway is officially like Flint Grey or French Blue, what people more commonly refer to it as on sneakers. It actually says Flint Grey and French Blue. So there you go. And first impressions of this shoe. I've never been like a huge Jordan 9 person. I think the silhouette is just a bit too much like a boot. And obviously the point of it, but it's never been my favorite. But when a very nice colorway does come out in the Jordan 9, I will tend to grab it, like the Jordan 9 Cool Greys. Love that colorway. This, I think, is pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's like my favorite Jordan 9 colorway or anything. I think for this shoe, for whatever reason, I kind of prefer like a more out there colorway, like the Jordan 9 Chile, however you pronounce it. The olive was pretty nice. I love olive as a color overall. This is clean, easy to wear, but it doesn't like tickle my sneaker hormones. And the materials on this Jordan 9, it is majority leather. So on the base, just nice plain white leather. And you do see a bit of that texture come through. It's decently soft, not super thin, so that is good. And all around the mudguard area on the overlays, that is just like great nubuck. That feels decent. Wouldn't say it's like the most delicious nubuck in the world, but it's not like absolute hot trash. And one thing you'll definitely notice is that Jumpman here on the lateral side of the shoe. So you'll see it's actually facing the right way. Past retros, they've mixed that up on one shoe, just kind of look weird. Now moving around to the booty of the shoe, you will see the 23 that is on the heel counter there. That is just stitched into the shoe. It's not like printed or anything. The original colorway that dropped in 2002 also had this. Not all the like OG Jordan 9s had the 23 here, like the powder blue. The OG version of that didn't have the 23. And then on the booty tab, you will see this Jumpman and a glow behind it. And if you didn't know, that is because the Jordan 9 was meant to celebrate and inspired by the globalization of Air Jordan, Michael Jordan himself. So that plays into the storytelling. And you see the pull tab here. And inside, I'll get more to sizing and comfort later, but you do see this kind of neoprene system that feels pretty nice and kind of hugs your feet. And this shoe being designed by Tinker Hatfield, he also designed the Huaraches. So he was inspired by, I'm gonna drop it right here because it escapes me, but I believe he was fishing or something and it was like neoprene material. And he was like, why can't I bring that into sneakers? So he put it on the Huaraches as well. And this came out around the same time, but that is actually part of the tongue too. And you will see on the tag at the very top of the tongue, just an Air Jordan tag. And the laces here, that is like the Jordan 9 Easy Lace system. So the idea was stuff your feet inside. You just pull the laces and it should all just like sync up in one smooth type of motion. And it actually is pretty easy to lace up. So I do like that. Now, speaking of the laces, this shoe does not come with any extra laces, just gray laces. And if I had to choose another color, maybe black. I think that would look decent on this colorway, but just gray laces it is. And in terms of the cushioning of the Jordan 9, it comes with just a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit on the heel as well as the forefoot. And in terms of the outsole, probably the most distinct thing about this shoe, it is the outsole. Again, playing into the storytelling of the Jordan 9s overall, inspired by the globalization of Air Jordan, Michael Jordan as well. You will see a bunch of different phrases in many different languages. I've done a whole breakdown before, so I'm going to just drop that right here that explains exactly what these phrases mean. And beside these words, you'll see like a globe shape And you will also see the Mandarin characters for World, and right next to it, that is Sport in Japanese, and the year 1994 with a star behind it. And at the bottom of the outsole, you'll obviously see that Jumpman with the number 23 behind it. And in terms of the insole, it's the gray insole with that French blue Jumpman on the heel. And it is a Dreamstyle insole. They kind of tricked me because a lot of times the polyurethane insole would come with white backing. So I thought it was when I first pulled it out, but you can feel the density just isn't as nice as a polyurethane insole. Box of the shoe, a pretty on theme, kind of gray blue box, Air Jordan box, nothing too much to it, just white paper inside. And I believe the original box from 2002 actually came with that Michael Jordan face box that apparently is coming back this year. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for Jordan 9s. I actually stick true to size. Fits me pretty well. Wouldn't say there's any pain points. So if you're like me with ugly fat white feet, I recommend staying true to size. Overall comfort, I think it's decent. The cushioning and technology isn't anything too fancy, isn't anything too advanced. A very, very old shoe. Of course, as you might imagine, there's a little bit of weight to this, a little bit of chunkiness to the shoe, but underfoot compared to really old shoes like the Jordan 1s, Air Force 1s, like the Nike Dunks, I think it's definitely a bit of an upgrade. Decently comfortable, nothing that'll blow your socks off. And that brings the total sole score of the Air Jordan 9 Flint Grey and French Blue to 28.5 out of 40. A pretty average score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. Just doesn't get me super excited. It's nice, it's easy, it's simple, it's clean. But for a Jordan 9, I really have to love the colorway for it to really interest me because it's just not my favorite silhouette. It is what it is. It's good. That's about it. And in terms of the materials, you can see and feel the texture here. The leather isn't super thin. That's a good thing. Still has a little bit of that kind of polyurethane coating over it. The nubuck isn't the most premium. It's not as delicious as the Jordan 4 brick by brick last year. That nubuck, when you run your fingers over it, just feels really good. And in terms of the comfort, I think this is decently comfortable for a Jordan Retro, at least from 1 to 14. Very old shoe, don't expect the best. But if you're used to wearing shoes from this time period, early 90s, this era, it definitely won't hurt your feet or anything. And in terms of the versatility, this is tough. The Jordan 9 is just so high, it's a lot. It is a lot. I don't think if you just showed this shoe to random people walking down the street, they would think that's a very versatile sneaker. And the wearability of the colorway though, very easy to wear, majority white, hints of gray, as well as blue, two very easy to wear, easy to match colors. So the wearability of the colorway is very good, but not so much the shoe itself. And today's throwback of the day, it is another Jordan 9. I think it's actually one of the better Jordan 9 colorways ever, maybe a bit loud, but it is the Jordan 9 Motorboat Jones that first dropped in 2012 as part of the Kilroy pack. And this is actually paying tribute to the character from an old Jordan ad campaign.
3 weeks later, I received a mysterious package from a fan of the Billings Bandits. Dear Steve, this guy Motorboat Jones looks a lot like Michael Jordan.
So a very bold kind of all red upper with custom branding on the inside of the tongue, as well as custom insoles. And that white Jumpman just really makes the shoe pop. It's been 13 years, even though it's quite similar to the Chili that came in 2022, I believe it was. But I think it might be time to bring this back, refresh our memories a little bit. It has been 23 going on 24 years since this shoe first dropped. First time it's ever returned. If you love Jordan 9s, if you've been waiting for a long time for this shoe to come back, now's your chance. I have never been a huge Jordan 9 person. I tend to like monochromatic out there colorways for Jordan 9 for whatever reason. But if you like these, hey, it's a great start to the year. So that's it. Thanks for watching. So inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 9 Flint Grey and French Blue. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.